So today I'm going to take this beautiful sirloin steak and I'm going to show you how to get the perfect sear on the Ninja Woodfire. Let's do it. So I love seasoning these really simply. So I've got some beautiful Cornish sea salt and I'm going to sprinkle that from above, get nice coverage. You always season more than you think. I think this day and age, a lot of people are a bit scared of salt, but when you come to steak, you just got to salt the right amount. Going to do both sides. And look at that. It's already looks good. So that's beautiful. Give it a pat and that helps that salt to stick. Now I've got some peppercorns and I'm just going to do some freshly cracked black pepper. Again, nice amount on that. And then do the other side as well. Amazing. Give that a pat. Now, with all the extra salt and pepper you got on the board, you can then just get your sides, make sure they're all nice and seasoned up. While the Ninja is coming up to temperature, as you can hear us proper going through it now, I'm just going to let this sit out, that salt start to penetrate, and then when it's up to temperature, I'll bring you back and show you how to cook it, and it will come out amazing. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, you know I always encourage you to subscribe to the channel. I'm always doing out lots of different content on the Ninja, on the Commandos, on the offset. There's loads of content out there. Particularly if there's anything you want to see, please leave a comment down below. Also, today I'm wearing my James Turner leather apron. I absolutely love this, and I love supporting British suppliers, particularly when they're in the barbecue industry. Now, James is making some absolutely fantastic aprons, so please go and check him out. I'll leave a link to his website down in the description. And like I say, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and don't forget, give it the old thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. Now, while the salt is penetrating this and the seasons are adhering and the Ninjas are coming up to temperature, so now the grill's come up to temperature, it's time to add the food. Now, first thing we want to do is do our fat, and you can already see that rendering. Now, the reason I like to do this bit is, firstly, if you have a nice bit of crispy fat, actually, it's beautiful, lots of bit of flavour, really nice. And my friends, some friends absolutely love this. So we're just going to render this down. But also, now we've got that fat on there, when we turn the steak onto its side to sear that part, this fat is going to stop it from sticking and burning. So that's really valuable. Otherwise, you'd have to add fat to the actual griddle itself. But as you can see, this is already adding quite a bit of fat. Now, in terms of that, that's looking pretty decent already. Give it a little bit longer. Okay, and then we're down with our steak. Give a bit of a push just to make sure it's actually in contact with the griddle. Because if it's not in contact with the hot plate, then it's not going to be cooking. Now, there's a lot of schools of thought about leave it on one side until it's cooked, then flip over to the other side, or you can just keep flipping it. Personally, I like to keep flipping it because I like to have that even, really nice crust. Sometimes you leave it a little bit too long on one side, you may burn it. And also you get that grey band, which we're not too worried about, but from a aesthetic point of view, for what it looks like, it's nice if you can just have that beautiful crust and then it's just pink in the middle. That's the thing, we're going for medium today. But there you go, you can already see we've got that beautiful crust starting to form. So flip it again. And flip it again, but put it on a new part of the grill. This, for example, now is a bit cooler where it had the meat on it, but you switch it to another part of the grill, you can get some of that fat, move it across, and then you're going to put that on the grill, and it's going to be hotter where you haven't had it. So drag some of that fat across with it so it doesn't catch. And so keep making sure you've got contact. This is a pretty nice, even steak, a little bit thinner on here. So this is going to cook through a lot quicker than this is, but that looked pretty nice to me. Okay, so let's quickly temp this. Okay, so that is 59. So it's exactly where they want it. Let's take that off and let it rest. But look at that crust. That looks absolutely amazing. Look how juicy that steak is. Perfect. Right, so that's rested for 5 minutes. All those juices redistributed. It's really, really important to let your steak rest. There are rules saying that you have to rest it for as long as you cook. I've not found that to be the case. I find 5 minutes maximum. My wife just gave me a moonie, by the way. But, so we'll show business. But if you rest it that long, it's going to be cold. But I find 5 minutes, 10 max, is perfect. The steak will be really juicy, but it won't be cold. It won't have carried on cooking too much, and it will be really enjoyable. So let me slice this. Now I'm going to take that fat off. I don't normally, but I want to do it just to be able to show you kind of like how we cook this and how beautiful it's come out. Now, remembering you're going to be cutting across the grain, so the grain is going down the steak. So we're going across, but also rather than your knife keeping it straight, angle it. Because what we're actually doing is cutting those fibres short. And by cutting them short, it will taste even tender. You could have an old boot of a steak, but I shouldn't be saying this. I'm just about to taste it and tell you how good and tender it is. But if you do have a steak and you cut it across the grain and at an angle, it will be that little bit more tender. Now, this is the fun bit. It's the bit I really, really want. So here we go. Great. That's so good. Seriously, that is beautiful. It is so simple. It's got great flavour on that. Salt's coming through. It's tender. It's juicy. Perfect steak. And you can just see how easy it is. The Ninja is actually a really nice little bit of kit. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget, hit the subscribe button, give it the old thumbs up. And if you want to learn how to do a reverse sear steak, then check this video out where I show you to do exactly that. Now, until the next video, take care of yourself and I'll see you all soon.